guys, Twisters just came out. This one's so much fun, you can't even deny it. I just saw it a couple days ago with my sister just to have a little bit of fun, take a little break from horror. This is action-packed, it's a summer blockbuster, it's a whirl of a movie, no pun intended. There are some parts I really like about this, and there are some parts I take issue with, per usual for any movie. So, no bullshit, let's get right into it, okay? The movie opens up with a highly intense tornado chase scene gone wrong. It's a well-executed, nail-biting sequence, highly engaging, and it gives us some background on our lead character, Kate, showing the trauma she endured, and later exploring how it is impacting her in the present. We do get a great lead protagonist in this one. Kate, played by Daisy Edgar-Jones, is a highly intelligent, caring woman. She is pretty relatable and very easy to root for. After Kate's devastating encounter with the tornado, she takes time off from chasing, but however, she's lured back to Oklahoma to begin chasing again in order to test a groundbreaking new tracking system with her friend Javi, played by Anthony Ramos, who also endured the traumatic experience with Kate years ago. Okay, then the film shifts a bit and becomes for the girls because we are introduced to Tyler Owens, a reckless YouTuber who calls himself the Tornado Wrangler and documents his storm-chasing adventures with his crew. Played by Glen Powell, there's no doubt he is a favorite in this and I think has brought a lot of people in to see the movie. Exhibit A. I love it. My sister sent me a bunch of those after we went. There's no doubt casting Glen Powell was a smart move, and let's just be for freaking real right now, cute cowboys are a guarantee in bringing up the box office profits. I was kind of shocked in my theater. It's usually not super packed, but this time we went the opening day, granted, but we came kind of early and it was just absolutely the theater was absolutely packed. I was shocked. This movie's made about $30 million more than analysts expected and the biggest opening of a live action movie yet this summer. But of course, you know I'm talking about how Glen Powell has brought people in, which of course is true, but of course the movie has so much more to offer than just him. Because Twisters is so high energy, the tornado chasing scenes are a blast. I think they do a really good job in balancing the reckless and exciting chases with the more so intense, stressful chases. This approach keeps us really engaged and coupled with the great soundtrack in this, the chases are very badass, but are quick to remind us that things can go real bad real quick when it comes to Mother Nature, so this movie's very balanced. The characters in this, for the most part, are very likable. I already mentioned our lead, Kate. She's easy to root for, but we also have Tyler Owens, who is tons of fun, very engaging and reckless, yet very compassionate and considerate. The dynamic between Kate and Tyler is a bit of a cliche, but nonetheless, it's fun to watch as their connection grows and they begin to understand one another. Kate's kind of the scientist, meteorologist, and Tyler's the YouTuber, reckless, so when worlds collide, right? But I will say something that I actually liked about this movie is that while they teased a bit of romance in this, they never made that the main focus. I think that if they did, the main point of the movie and the main goal of the character of Kate would have gotten lost a bit. However, speaking of the goals of the character of Kate, it does start to become a little bit unclear because in her personal life and profession, she believes she can help people by means of science, experimentation, and studying tornadoes. But in this movie, one of the angles that they kind of go for is the moral issue of the importance of helping the affected community after the devastating effects of the tornado destruction versus more so the interest of gathering data to study the twisters and help in that way. So there's a part of the movie where one person wants to go out and collect data on the storm and the other says it is their duty to go back to the town to help the people get to safety. Okay, so this is a noble cause, if and only if they were able to actually help these people. So what happens is they direct these people into a movie theater with no basement and the people end up just kind of getting blown away one by one. So the help they give is minimal at best. And also, it's kind of weird how they want to come to save the day. It's kind of an ignorant mentality to do that to a community of people who live in Oklahoma, are very aware of tornadoes and what to do, if faced with a tornado warning. Hell, we all know to go to a basement in Oklahoma, but that's the one thing they didn't get them to do. Arguably, in this case, data is more valuable in the long run to actually help us understand tornadoes, and so they can actually help the people in a deeper way. Help them get the warning sooner, because my god, this movie has an issue with getting the warnings. There's a scene where they're at the rodeo and they issue a warning. They go, "The tornado touched down," and then people get blown away right away. It's like, god damn, thank you for the warning. That was so nice of you. And the horses are freaking out. It's like, does Oklahoma not know how to issue warnings? Anyway, as far as Kate, she is so scientifically driven, and she does end up saving people in a scientific way, but the way that she kind of flips and how the movie briefly paints the scientist as kind of the bad guys and the reckless tornado chasers as the good guys didn't feel fully thought through, in my opinion, and maybe just in my opinion not executed as well as it should have been in order to make the point that they were trying to make. So listen, another thing about this movie, obviously there are some unrealistic parts about how the movie portrays the nature of tornadoes, and I'd expect that from a movie like this, right? The fire-nados, for example, are very fake, and in my opinion, they're not as badass as I think Hollywood thinks they are. They also use these kind of fire tornadoes where the fire gets swept up into the whirl of it in Twister. And Hollywood loves them. I don't think they're that cool, and they're unrealistic. Also, the way they portray storm chasing is obviously a little unrealistic. Storm chasing in reality is really tedious and not so glamorous. I can let this one pass because the movie has no shortage of tornadoes, which makes it action-packed and really fun, and ultimately a big positive. There are some other aspects that I feel are a little bit stretched as well. For instance, Tyler and his crew trying constantly to get inside of a tornado. You would need a vehicle specifically made to take an impact of the tornado, like a TIV or the Dom, not a Dodge Ram. Sorry, Tyler. Sorry, Ram. So I expect some unrealistic aspects in a movie like this. However, they did get some things right. I found this video by High Risk Chris, actually, and he talks about the things that the filmmakers did well, and it's very impressive. So let's watch this together. Roll the clip.
But what about Twisters, a tornado movie from this year? With this shot here, we get a great look at the storm. You can see the storm's updraft base, a clear RFD or rear flank downdraft, as well as a classic horseshoe shape with a wall cloud in the right spot. This is honestly really impressive, and it looks just like the storm I captured last year. Now, how about this shot right here of the tornado forming? The funny thing is, this looks identical to a tornado I recorded earlier this year. Hollywood, so far, you're doing a great job.
So we got some things right in this. I love that. So, guys, ultimately this movie is a blast. Is it a little dumb at times? Yeah. Does it seem a little contradictory at times? Yeah. But I had fun with it. It was intense yet exciting at all the right moments. I think this is a fun one for the family or one to go to with a friend. Take a group of gals to go and admire Glen Powell. Given Glen Powell is in this, don't take a date. I kid, but for real, this is a 3 out of 5. I think most people will have a good time with it. What did you guys think about it? I'd love to hear, and catch me next time.